BreakFace.
Ready?
Cut.
You need to sit down, please. Sit. You're. Welcome everybody to BreakFace, Alaska's own BreakFace, Alaska's first real podcast. 907 kicking it off. I'm Poi Poi.
Titty here. What's up?
And today in the studio, again quotes, air quotes. We have Jeff, the Sandman Sanders. Say hello to everybody.
Hey,
Eat that mic. Yeah. Hey, how's it going?
Absolutely.
He is the new light heavyweight champion of AFC.
That's Alaska Fighting
How do you
Championship.
feel, sir?
Boom.
Oh, I'm ecstatic. I'm loving it.
Are you?
Absolutely.
What happened? What happened the second that dude went
Oh,
in your heart?
Just immediate. That's when I get my emotions. I don't get too much before, not too much during. So as soon as I get a tap, or I haven't had a knockout yet, but one TKO. But as soon as I get that tap, I'm just instant, like just full blown energy.
So you
It's amazing.
you don't feel nothing before you get in the ring.
Not too much.
No hate, no angst.
Oh, definitely not. No. I try to remember like punches lay punches. Mushrooms don't. They're useless.
So you're thinking numbers.
Yeah.
1, 2, step
Trying
left.
to think. Trying
One,
to
two,
think
step
clear.
left.
I literally, yeah, like during the match, I'll literally have like self conversations.
Really?
I'm like, oh man, this guy, like in this fight, for example, we both threw a jab. I was expecting to go a couple rounds stand up. Now, fights never go exactly how you plan. You have an idea, like, okay, I'd like to keep it standing, or I'd like to go on the ground. This guy's really tough. That's probably not going to happen. Stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, with how this went, we both threw jabs, and I was like, oh my goodness, you are so close. Oh, well,
What do you mean so close?
because I was expecting him to really keep distance, pepper me with his jab. He's taller than me. He was, what, 6'2", 6'3"?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a big dude.
I was like,
The Hulk.
and I've seen him fight before. He's no slouch. He's good. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, okay, he's probably going to keep me at bay. He doesn't, not saying like I'm super scary on the ground or anything like that. It's just if you're going to go odds, him beating me stand up is definitely a higher percentage. He could have choked me out. It could have gone that way too. But I would just think that he would want to stand up more.
Yeah.
So we were close. So I got underhooks.
I would like to go just a little backstory
Dude, go
here.
back.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he won the light heavyweight championship, and you fought. Who was your opponent?
I fought Stefan Waalkes.
Stefan Waalkes, and he was the
Hulk.
Yeah, he was the
Stefan
Hulk.
He's been in the game for a while.
He hasn't lost one fight up until you, right? I don't remember him losing a fight. He won all the way up to, I thought, light heavyweight.
I'm not 100% sure. I know he was definitely there for a while. I believe he stepped away, maybe injury or something of that nature. I didn't get the full story, but I know he willingly stepped away, got whatever fixed, and then came back and saw who was the champion. He's like,
I'll take
beat
it.
that guy.
And who was it?
That one was Dylan Wiggins.
Oh, Wiggins.
So he just got the belt.
Yeah,
Well-
he got it. I was the alternate in that tournament. I tried like everything to get into the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. I was still new, so like not a lot of people didn't know who I was.
I know who you
so,
were. I've been following you.
So I didn't pull
Like
as
he knows
much
where you live.
as much
I do.
crowd as other people.
Yeah.
Stalker
I know what you look like with your shirt off. I can tell you that much.
Oh, no.
That's true.
Hot.
And
You would too.
yeah,
Let's go to the
so
fights.
he won the tournament, and then Stefan Waalkes fought him. I believe his next fight, and then Stefan won.
Yeah. Huh.
So
Okay.
That's awesome.
yeah.
So, all right, I didn't mean to cut it. I just,
No.
we just jumped
No,
right
and
in.
actually-
We want to give, the people at home
I
a
saw-
little bit of something to work with.
I saw on your Facebook that you had fought previously in different states already, and actually different country, right?
Yeah,
Hold on. I was just there. I was like, oh, what?
Yeah, I was stationed in Europe, in Germany, Western Edge, and while
That
I
was
was
it.
there, dumb luck, because the nearest town's Trier, 45 minutes away. Not too terribly big, really old. It's over a couple thousand years old, but there's not a lot of fight scenes as much
In Germany?
Yeah.
Those people are angry. You
I
think
was
they'd
gonna
be out
say,
there bashing each
yeah.
other's heads in?
They definitely sound angry, and there is absolute legit combat sports there.
dude. He likes black people, by the way. He told me before he got here, he's like, I just really want you to expound on how much I love black people. His wife's black, triple, I think.
I love everybody.
He loves everybody. You were stationed in Europe, and you also fought in Holland. I see.
Yep.
So how come you didn't bring that one up first? Because they don't have a fighting scene, period, do they?
They do. It's just
They're just like, oh, we just like chocolate and hanging out and kicking it.
I like chocolate, yeah.
yeah. Well, I fought in Germany first, then I fought in Holland. Fought my last one in Germany.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah, last dude I fought in Germany, he was what, 6'7", 6'8", something like that.
Oh my God,
Big
how tall
dude.
are you? 6'1", right?
No, I'm 5'11".
Oh, we're the same height. Oh, that's
Yeah.
weird. You looked a lot taller when we were coming out. When you were coming in, I don't know why.
I stand tall.
So what's the weight class for light heavyweight for AFC?
It's 205 to 186. So 185 would be the next lowest one, and then 206 to.
And what are you at?
Right-
You had because
like
you had
right
to
now?
cut weight.
Yeah. So let's
What do
see.
you walk around at?
Well,
Seriously, that's
Yeah,
I
know.
I bounce around.
I know,
a
but it's
little
funny.
bit. No. I definitely understand. I bounce around a little bit. All last season, I was walking around 204, 203, somewhere around there. I think I got as low as 198. And I had full plans to fight 185, but I had a daughter, so I was like, I don't need to be cutting weight and be grumpy while my wife is about to give birth.
Wait,
We need to
She's
let
pregnant
her
right
do
now?
her thing. No, not now. This was last season at the end.
Oh.
Anyway, so I was like, okay, so I'm not going to fight 185 for now. I'm going to go ahead and fight 205. So I didn't mind taking a little break off the strict diet, and so now I walk around about 210 to 215. I kind of bounce back and forth depending on what.
So you didn't have to
that day.
drop hardly much. You're actually at the top of your weight.
Yeah, the night before I was 215. Then after practice and working with my coach Jared Simmons, I was 209, 208, and
Cool.
then
Yeah, sounds
and
about
then,
right. What'd you do? A sweat blanket?
No. We worked mitts, did a lot of cardio stuff, a lot of agility, and then just moving around constantly. And then he never letting me take a break.
Yeah, I bet. And you,
that worked pretty good.
and this is nothing against you or anything else, but when you first come into the ring, you don't look like your typical fighter. As far as like,
Oh no,
like you look at Stefan and he's shredded.
yeah,
Now that's fine. Not a lot of people can fight like that. I mean, unless you're already naturally kind of
I was gonna
fit.
say
you know.
that's kind of like you're naturally that weight,
Right.
Then that's one thing. If
Right.
like me, I'm supposed to be 155 pounds according to BMI. and
Well,
all
me
that.
too, and I'm almost 6 foot.
I weigh like 227 right now.
Well, only skinny guys make up those BMI charts, right?
Right. Yeah, those motherfuckers. So yeah, it just depends, and I'm sure as fuck not gonna fight at this weight. Not gonna do it.
So, but you do tournaments at this weight.
No, that's actually why I don't fight in tournaments.
Oh, okay.
I just do breaking and forums and things like that.
Oh, okay.
What do you compete in?
Taekwondo.
Okay, yeah, I think I remember you mentioning that before on one of your previous podcasts.
Yeah. He brought it up.
Yeah. Well,
I had to pay my way through martial arts as a kid growing up.
I had to work at Taco Bell.
McDonald's.
Oh,
God damn
McDonald's.
it.
Dang it. That's right. Me. I was Taco
Taco Bell wasn't even in Eagle River.
Oh my God, you were
That's
old.
how old that
No.
shit is. Ugh.
Yeah, maybe.
Well,
No,
that's
so-
why I like going to open weights.
Oh yeah.
Like,
just-
Yeah.
like in jiu-jitsu, I still try to compete as much as I can in jiu-jitsu tournaments, and I usually go open weights.
Oh.
Well, I can still go my bracket, but
Well-
to get the best bang for my buck, I do my whatever
I
weight
picked
bracket
the
it is.
smallest dude I can find
Yeah,
and
and
whoop
then
the
I go
shit
over
out
it.
of him.
Yeah, no, I think that would backfire.
Yeah,
you
it
get the
probably
biggest
would.
dude in the tournament. You're like,
Ah, damn it. I'm gonna go.
I'm not worried about
down.
him choking me out, but he's gonna be laying on me for fucking
That
20
reminds
minutes.
me
you
of
know?
the very first. I was just recapping with the very first UFC one that I haven't seen in years. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
back in the day, you used to go to Blockbuster and rent UFC 1, 2, 3. You couldn't watch that stuff on TV. It was too brutal.
Oh no.
Nothing was illegal, I think, except for eyes and biting.
Yeah, you couldn't gouge the eyes and you couldn't bite. I think that was.
I think that was
basically
it, because
oh,
there's-
you couldn't.
Oh, fish hook.
hook.
Yeah, but
yeah,
you can
everything
hit,
else
you
is
can hit in
legal.
the balls.
Yeah.
But like the very first fight was like a sumo wrestler against some skinny kickboxer guy, and the kickboxer guy just laid into his face with his foot, and it was over. You
yeah.
see a tooth line.
Yeah, you like
I
threw
believe,
some
I
punches,
believe
yeah.
somebody. You probably have to Google it, but I believe somebody somewhere has
Google
that
it.
tooth on a necklace.
What?
No way.
Sweet. There's a guy
pretty-
sitting up
pretty
front,
sure.
and that tooth goes.
Tooth from UFC 1.
I'm keeping it.
Oh yeah, I bet it pops up pretty quick.
Dude, that's awesome. So with your so you didn't have a hard time this time. What
No.
was this? What you were working for? Was like heavyweight, like all from the beginning? Was this your master plan?
In the very beginning, absolutely, because I was fighting heavyweight and I cut down from heavyweight. For a while there, I was up to 255, so I was pretty big. So then I was like, okay, I'm enjoying martial arts. I've been doing it for a couple years. let's just pay attention now, maybe how we eat.
Yeah.
I'm clearly active.
For sure.
You know, so
He only whoops people's ass in the ring. When I first saw you,
Yeah, the cardio you guys have to have.
you
is
had popped
amazing.
up, and I was like, and they were like introducing you, and I can't. Who's your first fight?
Tyler Higgins.
Oh, that's right. And
Why does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
I used to work
he
at
local
AFC.
boy.
I used to run fighters there.
He fought quite a few times. I think 4 or 5 times. He was undefeated until I fought him.
Yeah,
you just-
yeah,
you just-
and you know he popped up, and I was like,
Change your
I was
name
like-
from Sandman to
I was like,
dethroning bitches.
They're like, and here we got the Sandman. He's in the Air Force, and I was like, Air Force? This dude's gonna get his ass whooped. All he does is sit behind a desk.
Yep.
And then I was like, oh shit! It was quick, and ever since then, me and my wife have been betting on him in the stands. I've been.
Awesome.
I got off like $50 a pop.
All I
This guy.
pictured was like, you know, you watch an old like movie where they're Muay Thai fighting, and before the match starts, all these people are and they're like, you know, flinging arms around and betting tickets. That's
Yeah,
what
and that's
pictured you
exactly
and
what it
Crystal
was.
doing.
But the whole reason why is because you are going up against guys that they look all shredded and stuff, but that's how you look. That has nothing to do with anything else.
Yeah.
What's your training like? Who's he train with?
So like Waalkes?
Or Waalkes. I'm sorry, I said Hawkins like Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, Stephen.
I
would
believe
work
he
out,
I believe he trains with ABJJ, but
You're going to hell.
he may train with others.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure,
And who
but
are
I do
you
know
with?
he trains there. So I was training at Martial Arts Alaska with Jared Simmons.
Okay.
He wanted to focus on having a family and first time
him.
business owner.
Good for him.
So he got rid of the business temporarily, and but I still train with him. He's just own a business now.
Right.
So I train there, and I train on base at the Arctic Warrior Geronimo gym.
Is that? Do they double that as a what do you call it, CrossFit gym? Is that in the same? It's like a big warehouse.
Yeah, large warehouse.
Okay. Well, at least I know.
Some people do CrossFit there. Like when you walk in, it looks like the set of the Ultimate Fighter. Like
Sweet.
there's
would be
a
kinda
giant
cool.
there's a giant octagon right when you walk in. There's a full size boxing ring.
Oh my God.
Mats. I'm not quite sure how big. They're 100, 150 by 150, something like that. They're quite large. And then
They're quite large.
And then there's full weights, track, and everything else you would need for CrossFit or regular traditional workout. So and they got some room clearing rooms and things like that for whenever they're doing their MACP training,
Dude.
which is their
Yeah.
hand-to-hand combat.
Dude, that is crazy.
I
And
want to check this out.
you can't, and I can't.
you want
Well,
to
I
bet?
can get
you
you
want to
guys-
bet?
Do you have a pass?
Yeah.
Do you go to commissary? Take me with you?
Actually, I think my pass runs out Sunday.
How did you have a pass?
The go forths, dude.
Oh, you son of a bee.
It was so we could go snowboarding at Hillberg.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
okay.
Yeah.
And guess what happened after we got our pass?
It didn't snow.
It didn't snow. It's
Yeah.
ice.
Well, now you can go work out, right? If he goes, you can go.
Well, I think there's some limitations, right?
There's a little bit, but like I can get you guys in there, and you guys can come check it out, see what it looks like, see where
Why?
I
So you
train
can
and
kill
whatnot.
me? So you can knock me out? I don't hold a belt, bro. You can back up.
I've never, in competition, I've never knocked anybody out. So
Right. Well, I know.
So you've
but-
got that going
but
for
see,
you,
I would be
Popoy.
the first one. I'd be the first one. Okay.
Well,
I don't
if it's
have
not
any
sanctioned, it
activity.
doesn't count.
See, I can't give him crap about anything in his life because look where he's at. I don't even. You know what? I got drunk one time and accidentally hit myself in the face. There went my fighting career. It hurt. I was like, nope. I'm not getting into the ring. I've done that before.
He's 1-1 with one fight.
I would say, yeah, with myself. I hit the ground. It was over. I had blood coming out my nose.
you know, it's funny. That's
No
the most,
contest.
That's
No
probably one of the most
contest.
common questions that get asked is, doesn't it hurt? And I'm
was gonna ask you.
No, it doesn't. I feel no pain at all. Probably due to the adrenaline.
I was going to say the adrenaline's dumping
Like,
so hard
yeah,
when you get
like-
kicked or punched.
Yeah,
I
like
can
when,
vouch for that.
Does it piss you off?
No,
Yes.
no, like it's like I get hit and I'm just like, okay, I made a mistake. How
'Cause
do
it-
I get around this?
See, he's very
'Cause
cerebral.
it
He's a
pisses-
cerebral
it
fighter.
pisses
I'm an
me off.
emotional
It pisses
fighter.
me off when something hits my head, like a cupboard or something. And I'm like, dang it! And I start hitting stuff.
That's a
So I
different
don't-
story. I don't hit it because I don't want to have to go fix it because I know I'm going to be the one to fix it.
I put
yeah,
holes
whether I
in
do it or
walls.
my wife does it, but
But when somebody else hits you, you don't feel it, and it's because of the dump.
yeah, it's just it's just the impact, but there's no pain associated with
For
it.
sure. So let's now that we got
That comes later. That's
Some
why
of
they make
that.
ice baths and
let's
Next
women.
go. Do you have that down? Do you have that downloaded?
yeah, it's downloaded.
Is it?
Yeah.
I kind of want to.
No,
Is it not?
no, it is.
Oh, it
I'm
is?
just telling you no because I like telling you no.
Oh, and I put this on my side. I don't know if you can reach it from
I
over
like,
there,
I
but
like
I would,
watching your face when I
I
say
would kind
no
of
to you.
like you to turn that his way, and for you guys to for him to give a kind of a rundown. It's not. I only got a little part of the end when you started to whoop him, but I wanted to know what was going through your mind right here.
Yeah, no problem.
And we're dead.
Test one. Did I not turn it on?
No, that's dead.
Pause.
But anyways,
time out. You guys keep talking.
But you went in, of course, expecting yourself to win. This guy, I keep saying his last name, Waalkes. Waalkes. I know him as the Hulk. No, okay, I'm going to say the Hulk. I also say Steven instead of Stefan. Is it Stefan?
I believe it is Stefan.
Stefan? See, I keep messing up. He whooped my buddy's ass his very first fight.
Yeah.
My buddy went in, and a bunch of his buddies got hammered the night before.
Oh boy.
And he passed out, and he's a bigger dude. And they took permanent.
I think what he meant to say is he's fucking fat.
Okay. Hey, he's watching. I love you.
I don't know which buddy you're talking about.
Bryson. You met him.
Oh.
You dick.
Shit.
He's going to call you a dick, too. He's going to come on the show. But
Bryson, you know I'm cool.
The night before, they took a magic marker and drew a huge-ass smiley face on his gut.
Oh,
so awesome. He couldn't wash it off. So his very first fight was with the Hulk. And this is why, when I saw you beat him, I was like, that's my man.
Wait. Who?
The Hulk Bryson fought the Hulk.
Bryson fought the Hulk.
It was it was the very first, both of their very first fight. And
what do you know what year? Like I said, I used to run fighters for AFC for like
I can't
a year
remember.
or two.
If you go on ShareDog, you can look up Stephen Waalkes specifically.
Oh, really? Because I've been
They'll
trying to
say
look
the
at
date.
stats and stuff like that, and I can't get it.
This mic is picking him up. It's freaking me out.
Okay, but so yeah, Bryson got in there, and he brought a bunch of girls with him.
Ooh.
Girls like Bryson for some reason.
He's a sexy
they
man beast.
flock around him like whatever.
Does that make up for what I said earlier?
Like he's a nice guy.
No, he's a really great guy. He's a nice guy, but Watkins beat the shit out of him. There was blood everywhere, and these girls were crying. They were crying. Oh my god! They had to stop the fight because Bryson couldn't see. There was too much blood.
Wow.
But so when you beat him, it was kind of like redemption, So I really appreciate that.
I'm glad I could help.
Yeah,
I'm definitely glad.
Yeah, but
some redemption for you.
well, yeah, man. You don't want to see your buddy get beat.
Eyes watching your buddy get beat.
It did.
I got made him feel better.
When
it does suck having your buddies lose. I coach as well, and from jiu-jitsu or MMA, they compete depending on who it is and what the venue is. But yeah, they don't do well. It's like, oh man, especially if you trained with them, man, they're doing everything they can. But should I have done this a little bit more? Should I have compared them that? Oh man, we didn't even work about that. I didn't even know the guy was gonna do spinning backflips or whatever. Just something made up.
Oh yeah, something crazy.
Yeah, you're like, oh, didn't see that coming. Sorry.
Hey, do me a favor, real quick. Can you get closer to your mic?
Absolutely. Is that better?
Okay. No.
We always, what's funny is because we're still, we've had a few, but we're still adjusting all of our equipment.
All right, get in there again.
It's a nonstop.
Does that sound a little better?
Yeah.
How come mine sounds worse? Great.
It sounds good now. What happened is the clip wasn't clipped in. Okay,
I got you.
So amateur faux pas aside.
Hey, eventually, we're going to be up there past Joe Rogan, even though we're not ex-MMA fighters. We're going to be there, so don't worry about it.
Excellent.
Go ahead and tell us what's going on in that video.
Okay,
there.
So he's going to walk us through it looks like the end.
Wait, do you want some whiskey?
Yeah, sure, I'll have some.
Thanks, bro.
Thanks, Bubba J.
Pull your pants
Don't let the door slam, Bubba J.
So let's see, what section are you in here? Okay, got it.
5 seconds into whatever video he sent, so okay. He's going to walk us through it. Enjoy.
So yeah, I had just reversed him. I had a standing guillotine, and he got on top, and I just reversed him. I got on top. I'm trying to flatten him out, and instead of just throwing my punch as fast as I possibly can, which sometimes can be a good thing, I'm trying to pick my shots because I want to make sure, even if I land less shots, I stay on top. I do not want him on top of me.
Yeah, you don't want to get gassed either. Just punch yourself out.
Yeah, so I'm doing deliberate hard shots that are planned. I'm trying to hit him with accuracy.
And right now you've got him in the full mount, and you just took his back.
Yes. So once I get here, grab underneath his arms, I'm trying to flatten him out. I'm trying to stay here. So, I don't know if everybody at home thinks, oh, it looks easy, I just have his back. That's not easy, especially against him, because he's not joking. There's a reason why he has that name. He is strong. He's very strong. So I just lucky enough I have a little
right.
strength.
Beautiful.
Right before that last punch before I did that choke, my coach yelled, he's like, "You have 10 seconds left." I'm like, "Oh my goodness, I have to go. I have to go now." So I immediately hit him one last time to help him think, forget about somebody yelling that out, and then just went for the choke.
So what? Like, okay, you guys can't see it at home, but
he will.
So you're hitting him, and you hit him with the right, and he was trying to keep his chin tucked, and he was doing a really good job of it.
Yeah,
but you hit him with that right, and did you feel his chin come up? Because your left was kind of like sleeping there. You know what I mean? Did you feel that, and then you were just like, pounce?
Yeah, my corner. So he had just yelled, "There 10 seconds left." So I was like, okay, let's let's go ahead and go, because I don't ever want to be like, oh, I can totally beat this guy. I'm just going to go ahead and just toy with him. No, because he could hit me and I could go to sleep. So I don't need to play around. So I'm hitting him and he yells that. So then I hit him one more time to make sure his chin's up, and then I slip it underneath.
It was great. It was beautiful. You could just see I'm going to do this and you're going to do that, and then I'm going to do this, and you're sleeping. And I do recognize him, yeah. I actually used to tell him, "Oh yeah, do you have your cup on? Do you have your mouthpiece in?
Did you have your hand down there?"
Yeah.
I don't think your cup's on, bro.
Not right now. But
your cup is really soft.
He's very gracious in defeat too, I gotta say.
No, he is. He seems like a really nice guy.
I talked to him the next day, made sure he was all right. He was really cool. I have a lot of respect for him.
Yeah, he's a good fighter. He's been on top for a long time.
Honestly, pretty much everybody I've fought have fought. You're
the champ. That's the champ can make up fucking words. Right. Deal with it.
Yeah. So they've all honestly been pretty cool. I tried to message them afterwards and thank them for the opportunity. Because
sweet.
That's pretty cool. They don't have to fight me.
No, they don't.
Be like, no, who are you? You're new. You're nobody. Get out of here.
I think that's kind of an additional answer to the question he asked you earlier about, do you get emotional and this and that. When you're doing this for a profession or, as a sport, you don't normally get emotional. Like, it's not always Conor McGregor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm going to fucking kill him. It's not always like that.
I'm going to take him in the ring and I'm going
to go out there and I'm going to fight this guy. I don't hate him. We're both doing the same thing and we want the same goal. Well, only way I can get it, though, is to beat you up.
Yeah.
Most people that trash talk, that's when the emotions come into it. But if you're just, hey, I'm just here to do a job.
So you see, I'm jumping around now. Now I get all my emotions. Now I'm flooded with
them.
Now
going.
Everything's just, it's going. There's no more control.
I got to say this. His face wasn't very red until he won, and then his face just flushed. Boom.
Yeah. That's when you can tell I am definitely, truly excited.
And fighting like that, it's so primal. It's such a personal thing to get in a ring with one other guy, and one of us is not leaving. Yeah. Well, at least a winner.
Yeah, somebody has to lose.
Somebody has to lose. And
honestly, the only thing that keeps us from going to the death is the referee in some cases.
Well, yeah. You know what? I thought that too, and I thought maybe it would get, I don't know, that people get so amped up with rage that they just totally obliterate their opponent and they don't really care. Mm-hmm. But I just saw a fight. Oh, Lauren Murphy's fight. I just saw that one.
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch the?
Lauren.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Love that girl.
She was pounding the shit out of her head and then stopped and looked up at the ref like that.
I've seen
and then
that
finally
a lot.
they stopped it. It was 5 seconds until it was until the last round was over.
Yeah.
But it's not
it's sportsmanship. If you're going to go to any sport, you got to have sportsmanship. It's like, I don't play football and my only goal is to go out there and break that dude's knee. You're not going to play very long.
Yeah.
So
some guys fight like that, but it's just not who I am.
Do you know?
I try to stay.
Do you know other people
realistic.
Within the?
I should have put this up there because it's on repeat.
Oh, you could have.
Oh wait, no, that'd probably violate some copyright or something.
Probably. Oh yeah, I don't think Sarah would like that.
Let's just turn this off and what downloaded video? You crazy girl. You're crazy.
I bought it and then screen captured it so that we can watch it. I didn't want to.
But just for
here. I didn't want.
We're not going to distribute.
Don't worry, we're
good.
Sarah.
I'm sure it's not too bad. Too mad for just a highlight. So.
But where can they go to watch your fight? Especially that last one. All of them are good, but
yeah. On Go Fight, there's a link on my Facebook fighter page.
Mm-hmm.
On if you just look up Jeff the Sandman, you'll see me, and I always post a link because, like I said, I did fight in Europe, and I have some buddies over there. they're definitely not flying to Alaska to watch me. So
they ain't real friends then. Screw those guys.
Yeah.
Well, I tried to, and they're like, dude, you fight too often. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you are up a lot.
Try to.
So is this 2 this year or 3?
This is 3.
Okay.
I was the main event in October with Chris Johnson, and that was a fun fight. Definitely learned a lot. You know, everybody's like, watch his right, watch his right, watch his right. Well, I came in and I watched his right. Hit me with the left.
Oh my god!
Just knocked me right on my butt.
Because his corner's going, he's watching your right. He's watching your right.
Probably.
Left hook his ass.
Definitely good to remember, like, hey, stop your tunnel vision. And, you know, it was a good lesson for that.
Did you, in your last fight, you were a stand-in, right? You weren't even supposed to fight.
I was actually getting my buddy, Jason Gillette, ready. And I believe Stephen Waalkes was going to fight. I believe he had jumped to fill in, but his plane didn't come in. So
where does he live?
I think he was working on the slope. I'm not 100% sure about that.
Waalkes? I'm pretty sure he's Alaskan. Yeah.
But I mean, but she said on a flight, so I was like, is he coming in from home?
I could be wrong. It may not have been him, may have been somebody else, but I believe somebody's flight didn't come in, and they they asked me, and the only reason I even had my stuff was because I was running late from work, so I was like, do I pick and choose all this stuff? No, I'll just grab my entire bag and go, so that way I know I have all my tape and everything I need for Jason. And then I showed up, and they asked me, and I was like, well, I gotta, make sure Jason's good because I already committed to him. And luckily, my coach was there, and he's like, I'll go coach him. You've already prepared with him. Now just let him go do his thing. So I said, all right. So I went ahead and just got ready. So I had they said 20 minutes, but I had maybe 30 or 40. It wasn't 20.
Well, you can't give me all the credit for just 20 minutes. I took 30.
Okay, so I gotta ask this question.
That's great.
I gotta ask this question. I'm not near the caliber of anyone that fights in the AFC, UFC, any other amateur or professional fighting organization. But what kind of commitment does it take for you to stay in shape? I mean, you've got a family. You said you had a daughter.
Yep.
So how many hours a week do you have to put in?
So typical week for me, whenever I have no fight planned or anything at all, I'm usually training 3 to 4 days a week.
Okay.
I get off work. I go straight to the gym. I work until about 7:30, maybe 8, because I usually lose track of time. Gonna be honest. So because I'm
dude, it happens when you're.
Luckily,
when you're
my wife
zone,
is really cool with it. She reminds me, but she understands how excited I am. And then I see my kids for an hour or 2 tops, and then I go to bed and repeat.
You said kids? You got 2?
I got 2. I got a son. I got a daughter.
Okay.
Oh,
So
you
son's
lucky
4, daughter's
bastard.
0.8.
How does that happen to dudes? But you and me.
I know. I
My
know.
son-in-law has a fucking son and a daughter. My grandson, I
got
love him to death. But he has. I don't have a boy. I got 4 daughters.
I got
4
3 girls.
He's got 3 girls.
Don't get me wrong. I love
How
it.
did you do
but
it?
it'd be really nice to have
skip all the fight
another
shit.
set of
How
balls.
did you have a boy? That's what I want to know.
To protect your daughter in school.
I think the best way is to probably maybe do how I did it. We were in Prague, and we got hammered and had sex.
Okay.
High five on that shit.
See, I got to
Hammered
call.
Prague sex.
No, I don't think that's what it is. I don't think it's the booze or where
It's
you're
the
at.
water here in Eagle River is what it is.
I was always told it's because I'm not getting down there deep enough. That's what I was always told.
Because you got shrinky dick.
That's what I heard. That's what I was told. Said I'm just not getting down there.
I'm not sure. I'm not a doctor, so I just have to go off my.
Well, I was waiting for you to say,
For
well,
you at
I do
home,
have a
that's
big
not
wang.
why I don't have shrinky dick.
I thought you were going to for sure tell me how big your wang was, but it didn't.
Oh my god!
But yeah,
I had so many other questions.
Not only do I have 2,
You have 2
pretty
wings?
much they pretty
He has
much
2 wings,
consider 'em-
everybody. The champ. That's why he won. He has 2 wings and 4
They're
sets.
pretty much like 2 unicorns.
One I use for sex, and the other one I just choked you out with. What do you think of that?
What?
Yeah, each of them has red hair and blue eyes.
Oh,
Do you have blue eyes? You do.
I have blue eyes. My beard, if I wasn't in the military and I was allowed to grow it
Bright
out,
red?
I would have
Fire?
super bright red beard.
What is it with
So
our
bright.
friends and that are in
Redhead.
the military that are gingers? We got a lot of ginger friends. I'm noticing.
I didn't really
I work
peg
with
you
quite
as
a
a
bit, too.
ginger though, because your hair is really dark. I
Yeah.
just figured you were.
I can
a
see
brunette.
hints of
Yeah,
red
it's like
in
when I
it.
was 17, I started growing. I was like, what
What is
red?
that?
What?
Oh my god!
Why?
What's happening?
No!
And at first it looked blonde, and then they grew a little bit, and I was like, it's red. What?
Okay, nobody believes
What is
me. I'm the same way. My beard actually grows. I mean, you can kind of see it in my goatee. It's a little red, blonde, red, black? What the fuck?
Are you
What is
black
that?
chested?
I have like black chest hair.
Oh
and
my
then
god, that's hot. You're like a
fire
rainbow,
crotch.
bro.
Fire
Oh,
crotch.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
what the fuck?
You're a ginger because if the crotch is on fire, that means you don't have a soul.
Oh,
and you were
man.
talking.
Probably don't walk outside a lot without your shirt off, right?
Oh, hell
I'm thinking
no.
it has something to do with light.
Yeah, dude, I'll
he's right.
burn up.
He's right. So if you're down south or whatever, and you're like in the
Still
sun,
talking about going like downtown.
do you bling? No.
Oh, okay.
Do you bling? Or are you like? Does it come out?
Like, does it get like lighter and stuff?
Yeah,
or?
like the red or.
Yeah, definitely. And then, it
Well,
shows
just
up-
wondering
it shows
because
up quite
There's
a
no
bit.
nude beaches for this man.
Well, I mean, because you weren't. You
Luckily, I don't burn near as much. Like when I was a kid, I
burn like a mother.
like no problem.
Not bad now.
But now that I'm older, I don't know. I guess my body's
Older?
like, all right, we get it.
How
We're
old
in
are
the
you?
sun. 31.
Oh my god.
Oh, you're just a baby.
No, 31. I'm only 5 years older. I could fight. I just gotta train with him.
Yeah.
But I just gotta get over the whole getting hit in the face thing.
It hurts.
It hurt.
I do try to duck.
Hit me.
So
Just real. Oh yeah, it hurt. No, I don't like it. I don't like it. He got like 2 inches into my face fat.
Just do what I do. We don't throw punches at the face, just kicks.
No,
Taekwondo.
not good with that either.
Wow, we put you in a cage there.
We
Didn't
did.
It's all good.
We
I'll-
hindered him.
Because he's used to it. We put the champ in a cage
Oh,
to
what?
battle this beer. Boom.
And this is amazing. And I know that you brought something for us to look at. And
Oh, I can't wait.
What's funny is I was
Clapping under the table.
I was like sitting there trying to message you, and my phone wasn't working about please bring it, please bring it. And
That's how
for
Poi
some
Poi
reason-
messages, by the way.
And it never got through. So, yeah, is it close?
yeah, it is.
It is super close.
Where's it at?
It's been taunting me this whole show.
Where's it at? Where are you?
Where'd you go?
Oh my gosh!
I hope he's not on my camera, because that would be odd.
Oh my
shit.
god!
You want to hold it?
Can I?
Yeah.
It even says light heavyweight on it.
Sure
Boom,
does.
boom, boom. Look at that belt. Look at that. Look at that belt.
Oh,
Look at
dude.
that, man. That is cool. That is awesome, man.
That is...
So,
just
whacking him
just-
like who
just
do
throw
you,
that anywhere.
Do you even know where this comes from?
It comes from Sarah.
That's it.
Boom.
That's okay because we're gonna, thanks to you, my friend, we're gonna be having Sarah on, and
I cannot wait for that episode, girl. We're going to be having some fun.
This is great. That's awesome.
Okay, I want to
Yeah, it's
hold
a
it.
lot,
I want to hold it.
I
lot
felt like the
heavier than
champ
I
for a
expected.
section. I know that's why when you handed it to me, I was
wow.
like, but I
It's
don't
got
work
some
out.
weight
So
to it. Do you right shoulder or left shoulder? Or do they
you
make
can't
wear
shoulder
it?
that. You can't shoulder. Only the champ can shoulder. No, do it. You're a ginger.
I'll allow it.
You're pretty much. Oh yeah. See, I'd be.
It really just depends on
You're so
if
getting
anybody
promo
wanted to
pictures.
take a
I'd be
picture with me
burning
and
right
they-
now.
How they pop up on me. I'm like, oh, okay, you're on my right. All right, I'll throw it over the other side. So yeah, definitely.
Light, heavy. Oh my god, that's awesome, bro.
When I got here, here I'll explain.
Okay, go.
So when I got here, I was still in. Here, let me back up a little bit more.
Acid?
I'm getting excited. So
Hand
my
signs.
buddy Jared, he was in Germany with me, and we started training together. I had already trained for a few years, but he started training jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai. Well, he's from here, and he's like, I want to go home. So he was a civilian working on base, on the Air Force base at Spingdalum. So he decided to go ahead and come back home to where he missed, which I don't blame him. Alaska's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't blame him one bit. Dumb luck, I got Alaska for my follow-on. And so I came here as well.
Do you love it?
Absolutely.
He almost cussed. He was like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I love it here.
Dude.
Are you normally a clean-mouthed human being?
Depends who I'm around.
Yeah.
When you're probably
He's a
doing
proper-
like
he's a
PT
gentleman.
and military
So-
shit, you're like, fuck.
So
fuck.
what-
So if I'm at work, I have to be.
What
you know?
what did you think? Did you know anything about the fight scene up here before you came at all, or were you just like I want to? Because most people they don't care what the expectation or like their expectations of Alaska are always different before they come up here. Did you do research and find out there's a scene?
Or were you just like, it's a fight scene, I don't care?
Yeah.
Because there's that mentality.
A little bit of both.
Okay.
I wanted to fight either way. So regardless of how the venues were, I was like, I'm definitely going to at least try it. Right? And but my buddy Jared, he's from here. He definitely knew what they were. So he's like, no, this is where this is what's going on. There's a few other ones as well. AFC is the largest one in Alaska.
What were you
by
expecting?
far.
Were you expecting a shack and a?
Honestly,
did he
not
actually
sure.
fight this
I've
here
seen other
grizzly
ones
bear?
like in like Dothan, Alabama, and you see, where it's ring, and then I've seen other ones in other random places throughout the South that were like pretty much like somebody's backyard.
But and I always wondered that because a lot of other states, they don't have sanctioned fights and stuff like. Is this sanctioned? Like
no,
it's not.
They don't have an athletic commission.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're not sanctioned. No,
they do. Sarah does a great job at mirroring the AFC rules.
I was about to say, yeah.
I'm sorry, UFC rules, as well as following Nevada's athletic commission.
Because they're the governing body,
limits.
Aren't they? The Nevada Athletic Commission. I mean,
for the most part, they don't technically have
like
rule
New York
over everything.
Like
but
New York
most
will never
people,
have this happen again, or some shit like that, right?
They most other places they usually follow what they do.
Okay,
so they're kind of the lead.
So they're kind of the California for cancer rules, then.
Yeah.
Like everything in California causes cancer, so everybody kind of makes that their standard.
Oh yeah, I get you.
Yep.
Wait,
no, I really, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up actually, because we were just about to talk about. No, we're not actually talking about that.
No, we did cancer.
We did all that already.
Okay,
I knew a little bit, and once I got here, then he filled me in on the rest. So I knew he was opening a gym soon, so I was really excited. He's like, "I want you to be my my jiu-jitsu coach." So I was like, "That's amazing! Heck yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Meet some other people, and just get to do jiu-jitsu." So,
okay, a question. Were you a fighter growing up? Like, did you get in fights a lot as a kid?
Not really. No. I always wanted to wrestle, but like it just never dawned on me like to specifically fight. It was always wrestling, even though like you're punching each other and stuff. So when I was 5 years old, my world was shattered when my cousin told me, he's like, "Pro wrestling's fake, you know that, right?" I'm like, "What?
No, it's
Oh,
not.
don't tell kids that.
And he's like, "Yeah, there's blood everywhere." And they made it a point to make sure I knew that it was absolutely fake and had no truth to
What
it
a bunch
whatsoever.
of dicks.
I'm still in denial about it.
So that kind of like destroyed it for me. But he wasn't much older than me, so it's typical kid stuff, right? So, but I still liked wrestling. So
Did you fight him?
all the time.
Okay, good.
So
That's why he's winning now.
So then my dad was like, "Okay, I tried other sports, soccer and stuff like that." And he's like, "You're very physical, as like you want to like tackle somebody and stuff. So let's try wrestling." And
Good.
I tried wrestling. And I was like, "This is awesome. I don't ever want to do anything else."
What does your family think? I know a guy that would fight and stuff, and his parents would never show up. I mean, would they if they could?
If they could, yeah, absolutely. They're still back
so
home
they do
where I'm
support.
from.
Yeah,
good.
there's some people out there like
No, but shoot, man, to have a family behind you, loving what you're doing and seeing you succeed like that, even if you did fail. Have you ever lost a fight? I don't know what your numbers are, but
Oh, speaking of,
Yeah, there's been
what's
a
your
couple,
record?
Up
Why not?
here, I believe it's 5-1. I lost a decision to Mike Fannin.
A decision.
That was the wrong
I
decision.
personally feel that I won that one.
See, exactly.
But,
wrong decision.
Don't ever leave it in the hands of the judges, man.
Absolutely.
Ever. God,
and
they're terrible.
I'm in there. I'm not watching it, Plus, I'm getting hit. So I'd be like, "What are you talking about? I landed everything." "No, you got punched in your face. You didn't land anything."
So when you went back and watched the reel, were you like, okay, maybe he did win? Or were you...
I was like,
Because-
that's pretty dang close. It really just depends on how much point worth do you put in an attempt for a submission? How much point worth do you put in for a takedown?
They still do the cancer law thing?
Yeah.
What's
The thing that
cancer?
you just said.
Oh, crap. Oh.
With Nevada. I mean, yeah.
The Nevada.
Yeah, he got it. And he's a
Cancer
fighter.
law.
He gets hit in the head. What's your problem? What's your excuse?
Yeah,
I'm a fighter too, just different style, brah.
So yeah,
Yeah, but you've never been in a fight.
I know, because they're too fat for me.
I
I
know.
don't want to fight. They kick my ass.
I know.
Look at me, I'm fucking.
I know.
just join the senior rules.
Their senior rules?
Well, there is in
He's like,
jiu-jitsu. So like,
There is in Taekwondo. I'm actually considered a golden senior
Yeah.
in Taekwondo. 33 and above, you're a golden senior.
oh wow.
That's same with like,
But you still have to deal with weight classes, and I do not want to fight at my weight right now.
There was at one point where I was like, I wanted to be a bodybuilder. So I was training all that did for like 3 years. Now, of course, I didn't get very far because I like to drink way too much. So I was always too fat. And you could never see any definition.
That's why you just don't eat
whatsoever.
food.
But I got in really good shape. But yeah, but by the time that I was like, okay, I think I'm going to start dieting down everything else, I looked at the age and I was like, shoot, I'm already in the seniors.
Yeah.
And then I went and saw a show. And they got like 60-year-olds in there that could whip my ass. These guys were all cut up. I was like, oh my God.
All I know is I'll never go to the
no way.
Olympics, but I can still win a national championship. So
The
there's that. I'm not ever going to get in the ring.
Never?
The octagon. Sorry, I'm never. Gonna,
octagon.
I don't think that's good for
And
me.
your wife obviously supports you because I mean you're always toting on her every
Yeah.
chance you get, which is totally awesome.
Yeah, she's a huge supporter of me. She notices if I haven't gone for a while. Like I haven't. I took a break after this fight.
If you haven't gone what?
To the gym?
To practice.
Okay.
I haven't gone since the fight because I told her, you know, like I put in obviously more hours. We talked about I go about 3 to 4 days a week when I'm not having a fight camp. Well, when I do have a fight camp, I'm usually 6 to 7, depending on how I feel. Because if I feel hurt or run down, I definitely take a day. If I feel great, well, then I'm going to keep going.
Oh, absolutely.
And she supports me with that. And she trained actually in jiu-jitsu for a year and a half and MMA for a year. And the only reason she stopped is because we started having kids. So
wow.
So she gets
so
it.
she could whip my ass.
So she's basically like your training partner in a sense.
Yeah.
Like you could get down with her like, all right, I need to work on this.
Yeah.
Help me.
She definitely understands a lot of the mental aspects of it and like, you know, when you're tired and stuff like that. Plus her background, until we decided like, yes, our relationship's going to go forward, she was going to be an athletic trainer. So,
wow. So what's
it's good for
does
me.
she still have aspirations to do that? Or is she kind of, no, I'm a mom. I'm going to wait for, well, actually, can I ask you an even worse question?
Yeah, sure.
I don't even know if you're going to answer this one. How old is she?
So she,
sorry, go ahead.
No, she's 30 years young. So,
okay, good.
Grazie.
Hey,
So,
she's
yeah.
way younger than me and him.
Yeah, so I'm just a little bit older than her, but
And it's not too
think
late.
I
Even
think,
if she, will you stop that? I'm sick. I've been throwing up all day. I don't need
so
to-
yeah, after
You're 31, you said, right?
yep, 31.
Okay.
So yeah, I think
So
once
she-
the kids get a little bit older and, you know, when they're not, you know, a baby, when they need you like
sure.
every second, I think she wants to get back into it, or at least she's mentioned that a few times.
Okay. Well,
So,
good. That's
she's,
awesome.
She's putting them as their priority, which I greatly appreciate.
You guys
Takes
are gonna
care
be
of
like
them.
that family that has the 2 little kids that are just constantly in the gym with you and whooping ass and.
Oh yeah,
teaching
my
from a
son's
young
already
age.
there. He's literally watched me fight since he's about 2 weeks old.
Dude, awesome.
Oh,
I was
nice.
thinking, I was like,
That's
well, it
awesome.
worked for Tiger Woods, so you know,
Yeah, might as well.
you know, let's go for it. So,
You know,
the only problem is like when he was in daycare, he jumped on one of the other kids and he was doing a rear naked choke, which I was really impressed because it was technique perfect. I was like, good for
Pop
you.
my eardrums, boy, damn.
I was like, good
Sorry.
job.
Sorry.
And the teacher goes, you know, he's still choking. I go, well, yeah, the other kid's not tapping. He doesn't know to let go.
Oh snap!
So
Oh,
I had
yeah.
to change up. Like, listen, we don't do this with other kids in school. You know,
Yeah,
things like that.
But if the situation
I was like,
arises,
I was like, if you two want to wrestle and you're at home and Daddy's here, yeah, go for it. And he's like, done.
all right, cool.
I just broke our own rule. I had my phone on ring.
So yeah.
So
Well,
here's
he's
the deal.
super
I don't
fun.
think there'd be as much bullying if they actually taught pussy kids to tap out.
Yeah.
Just
Like,
think about
No,
it.
it's the truth.
oh, it's over. Okay.
And I'm not into this whole. Well, I am to a degree, the non-bullying thing for sure, but they're pussifying every single child. I mean, they're demasculating children like boys.
it's terrible.
It is terrible, and that's one reason why I love the MMA. You know, it's kind of it's almost brought that back because what's it called was leaving boxing.
Yeah.
Like when was the last time? Besides, who was the last big fight?
Last one I
I
watched
quit watching
was,
boxing.
was the Manny Pacquiao fight with
Yeah,
Floyd
yeah.
Mayweather.
No, that
Floyd
was some
Mayweather.
bullshit.
Exactly.
I didn't mention how it turned out. I just said that was
No,
big
but
fight.
you agree, right?
But that's why
that
people don't. Come on.
that fight
They both
made
fought
me want to
exactly
watch
how I
boxing
predicted
again.
they would fight.
Did it?
I am not a boxing
did.
expert by any means.
That fight
so
pissed
don't,
me off.
No. The
But
fight
I-
itself pissed me off.
What is Floyd good at? Moving and not getting touched.
I know.
What's Manny
Being a
Pacquiao
bitch,
good at?
apparently.
Knocking you out.
But that's what I'm saying is that's the reason why I stopped liking it, because you can do that.
Yeah.
It's different because okay, take Holly Holmes and
Oh, don't bring that
no,
up.
you
It's
know
gonna make me sad.
no, I know Holly
I'm a big
Holmes.
Ronda fan too, but I
I
still
know.
like Holly Holm.
It took me a long time to become a Rousey fan.
But-
then when I finally was like, yeah, I'm on the train.
But this is the thing with it. Is even in that fight, that last fight, Holly Holmes was holding was standing back because she had to. She knows she can't let Ronda get in because if Ronda got in, it would have been over, right? She would have thrown her or whatever in the beginning. Holly Holmes kept her back, but guess what she had to do? She had to kick her in the head. She had to do all this other shit. It's not like boxing where you can stick back and stick and just barely hurt them, and that's how you win.
because there's no fear of a takedown in boxing.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's why I'm done with boxing. And I was done with boxing the first second I saw an MMA fight, which was UFC 4.
Pretty much same here, but I mean, even back then though, Mike Tyson was still kind of on his hot streak. You had Evander Holyfield. I mean, you had some good
Oh, you
fights in
did.
boxing. I don't know what it was though. That I just kind of lost.
See,
the
but that's the same way. That's the same way Holyfield won though too, right?
You got two.
He
dudes
kept
and
him
they
at a
do this.
distance until he got bit in the ear.
You just
and that was the most blood you saw. And I was like,
it's definitely
so
can
you're
be
a blood guy.
an
I'm a blood guy.
advantageous tactic, you know. But but it's it's not always the most thrilling. Some guys do it in MMA. I think I'm probably going to eventually run into some guys that are going to want to do that with me.
George St. Pierre.
Yeah.
Boring as hell to watch.
Sort of. It all depends on your perspective.
Well, yeah, because if you're looking at it from someone who actually does it, then you're like, oh my God, look what he is doing.
Yeah.
I want to throw this out real quick. I hope I'm not cutting you off. Don't forget what you're about to say.
Yeah, please say it.
Because Joe Rogan is like one of our favorite, podcasters, color commentators, whatever.
Absolutely.
But whenever you're watching a UFC fight and two dudes are just up against the cage and they're, that game where you're,
oh yeah, you're looking for position.
looking for a takedown or whatever. He's like, well, people always say, the crowd boos. He's like, yeah, they're booing, but they don't understand the technical intricacies that are involved in this. And he's right.
He's right.
Yeah,
but the problem is that
even though I know those technical intricacies, I'm bored too. But I understand what's going on. It's a
But then when you see someone like
game.
George St. Pierre fight, it's nothing but that. And I don't know. I understand that's the game. And
okay, did you see when he fought Carlos Condit?
I definitely understand.
Yeah, you got to interrupt it. You got to
No, it's all good. So I
it.
definitely understand.
Jump in there and yell.
As far as the way, or at least my interpretation, as far as where he goes, that's one of the smartest ways to fight because he's taking the least amount of damage.
You're right.
He's not going to be 40
Carlos
years old,
Condit
slurring
fight.
words, going, I don't know where I am.
Yep.
So he's done a good job with that. But it's just like if you want an analogy, like NASCAR. If you don't know anything about cars and you watch NASCAR, you're gonna be like, so they go real fast and turn left.
Wait,
but
you're a NASCAR guy.
I like it.
Oh, if
but
you are,
but
show's over.
No, I like it,
done.
but I not
Peace
enough
out.
to know the intricacies of everything.
Right.
I like cars. I like Jeeps. I like things
Yeah.
like that. So I know a lot about them from an amateur standpoint. But
Well, how about this? Turn left on a banked slope doing 230 miles an hour and then talk.
230.
Right?
Whoa, that's impressive.
Well,
Right? One. You know what I mean, though.
Yeah,
but
I do.
when and
It's
it's
not just
another thing
turning
too
left.
is that when
But
you're
yeah.
not seeing it from their perspective, because just like when someone goes to see a fight at the AFC, they're like, "Oh my God, I would so whoop that guy's ass. This is so stupid.
Oh,
I
yeah.
do this and I do that."
It's just like the guys on the internet, obviously I'm not like Chuck Liddell or Forrest Griffin, people that are, elite in the UFC, which means they're elite in the number one, like in the world, right?
Yeah.
That level.
Yeah.
But I still fight and I understand what I'm talking about. And I see it and I'm like, oh man, look at that. Look, see how his hips are planted there. Like I see all those little details that I'm trying to pay attention to, whether I'm either trying to pick up tips for myself or just like, what? That's another professional fighter that's elite in the world. He can't even get up.
Right.
Holy crap.
That's
So
impressive.
all he has to do is get up, and he can't do it. Wow.
Yeah, what kills me is when you're watching like world class level. You said jiu-jitsu, so I use that. Jiu-jitsu fighters on their back, mounted, and then they're like a deer in headlights. They have no idea what to do,
Yeah.
and they just turtle up
know,
oh shit! You're expecting grab his
Before-
arm and rip it off. No,
Before, when you're talking about somebody,
It's just- there's so much
when you're
going
like,
on
well,
so fast.
this looks a lot easier when you were talking about your fight, or this looks a lot easier than it actually is.
Oh, yeah.
I went and rolled with a buddy for 3 minutes. 3 minutes. It was my first time at the gym, and it's closed down now. Isn't it? I can't even remember the name of it, but it was off of Diamond. But 3 minutes is all I did. They taught us a couple moves, and he's showing me his ass. Pull your pants up, dude. It's freaking gross. So,
thanks, Bubba J.
Thanks, God.
Thank you.
It's awful.
Did you just thank God
I'm
for his ass, you weirdo?
I thank God that I was closing my eyes, and I lost my train of thought, though. That's for sure. But I went and rolled with this guy for 3 minutes, and I stood up to leave because it was over. It was at the end.
Yeah.
I couldn't walk.
Oh, yeah.
I sat down, and the whole world was spinning. It was so exhausting.
Vagina
Just-
palsy, man. It
dude,
happens.
No, absolutely. I know
Being
exactly what you're
constricted,
talking about.
having someone on top of you, and this guy weighed, I think he was like 175 or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm 220. This dude manhandled me, and once I got up, I couldn't drive. I had to wait like 30 minutes to drive because I was so dizzy, and I was in somewhat good a shape. I'm not in good shape now, but
Do you want to hear kind of a not opposite spectrum, but similar?
no.
Taekwondo, we don't roll around on the ground.
Yeah.
We're just standing there. We're jumping around. We want to kick each other. There's no groundwork.
A lot of real fast movements.
Fast movements, quick movements. You're constantly moving, but even that, and you're only doing 1.5 minute rounds. Yeah, it seems like pussies.
So let's see. For me,
dude,
I know. Yeah.
Wow.
like for me,
Two of
I
those
wrestled
and
for
you're done.
8 years, and then I was in the military. I was deployed. I was in Balad that time, and my other buddy, he was Balad, Iraq. And he was like he was very into like Wing Chun and like other
Wing Chun.
Yeah,
Wing Chun. It's kung fu, isn't it?
yeah.
Everybody Wing Chun tonight.
All other types of martial arts that you don't typically always see in the UFC. But he goes, "You miss wrestling, right?" And I was like, "Well, yeah." I go, "But I'm not in the Olympics and I'm not in college, so that's kind of the end." And he goes, "You ever tried jiu-jitsu?" I was like, "What's that?" He's like, "It's like catch wrestling." I was like,
What's that?
What's that? And he goes, "It's like wrestling, but you choke people." I was like, "What? That's a thing?"
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Why has nobody told me about this? I would have done that a long time ago.
I could have choked this whole time?
I was like, "Oh man!" So,
Here I am, pinning fuckers. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
so-
even choking
this
you.
is so hard
So
right now.
luckily, I went to.
I'm still hard right now.
I went to a practice. They had somebody was offered it on the base, in their spare time, and I went to it and I was like, "This is amazing. I've never done anything else. This is it. This is what I was missing because I was like 21, 22, something like that, and I was like, like something's missing, but I don't know what to do with my time because no kids or anything. So I had ample time.
Did you say this before? I don't know. How long have you been training? And was it from then? I mean, as far as into what you're into now?
Yeah, so I wrestled for 8 years, few years break, and then when I started jiu-jitsu in 2006, that's when I was deployed. Came back, immediately found a gym, and I trained under Daniel Ruiz, and he's one of Del Hiva's black belts. He's like I believe a 7-time world champion in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
he's like
nice.
I'm not sure exact size, but I believe he's like 5'7".
No wonder why you're winning.
Just tiny guy. You're like, if you saw him in the supermarket, you'd be like, "Get out of my way."
He was like the Mr. Miyagi.
That guy will destroy you.
Dude, what he's saying is true.
I know.
My old instructor when I was a kid, Master Keller, sorry. He's 5'1", 5'2".
Yeah.
Nope.
Whoop your ass.
Dude will. Yeah, and you won't even know what happened.
I've had quite a few deployments since then, counting the first one, 6 in total. So I've little breaks off and on. But as soon as I get to any deployment area, especially now, like you can pretty much find somebody or some people that were like.
Yeah, I was about to say
for whatever discipline you're into. Yeah.
Even over in Iraq and stuff, don't they have like stuff set up so that people can do that kind of thing?
I can go into Iraq and find a Taekwondo studio, dude.
Yep.
Seriously.
Yeah, they do a pretty good job with that, especially
the
shit's everywhere.
Especially with the Army. So I love deployments where even though I'm in the Air Force, I'm with the Army because they do they do their MACP and so they always have mats there for training. So
Can I ask? I know you don't want to get into it too much, but what do you do in the Air Force?
So in the Air Force, I work in civil engineering as a water fuel system maintenance technician. So basically, a plumber.
I know
that
exactly
also
what you
does
do.
Fuel.
Yeah,
and
I got a buddy
kicks fucking faces in,
and kills people with chokes.
I believe Brandon Vera that fought in the UFC. I believe he worked in POL, which is the other section of fuel that puts fuel on the planes.
Oh, that's cool.
Brandon Vera,
he was
pretty good. Yeah, he was a damn good dude.
Huh.
Yep.
So, what's your aspirations?
Because I was fighting.
Yeah, because like I know. Look, I've had friends that have fought in the AFC and other states and whatnot, and their whole big thing is I need to get to the UFC. I need to get to the UFC. This is my goal. What's your goal?
So in the beginning, it just started as this is just something I want to do. Right, this is fun. I'm going for this. So when I was in Germany, I fought for free because they didn't pay me. That was
there's one of the questions I was going to ask.
So you don't care. You just want to kill people.
Yeah, I was like, I just want to fight because
he doesn't want to kill people. You keep saying kill.
The last thing I want to do
is
kill. 50 years old and been like, when I was young, I could have done that, but never do it.
But never do it.
So I was like, no, I'm
going
to
want to kill
people.
Do
this.
He just wants to fight.
Yeah. So I.
The purge.
So
baby.
in the end, I just want to enjoy myself and just see where it takes me. If I get a call from FC1, that'd be awesome to fight
is
with
beautiful.
Them. If I got a call from UFC, that would be amazing.
That is beautiful. I love to hear that. I love someone that says, I'm going to do what I'm going to do no matter what because I love it and I'm going to see what happens, what's going to come of it because that's, to me, look, that's how people get great. I'm not saying you're going to get great. I hope you do.
I hope I do.
But what I'm saying is, that's how it happens. It's people being passionate about what they want to do. They're following it and they're diving into it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have never had kids and Titty would never had kids either.
Yeah.
because we're passionate about the JJ. Just joking. No, that's not it. No, but for
you know
real,
what else I'm passionate about?
It's refreshing because you hear other people that it's like their whole end goal is to be a UFC champion, and the reason why they're not going to get it is because they're just I don't know. Either they're not realistic about the goal, or
they don't understand the kind of work that goes into it. Like I was saying, what I meant to say, I'm only doing like Taekwondo tournaments, and the work that has to go into that is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even if
so, doing what he's doing, 5-minute rounds. Are you kidding me? And it's not just me and you standing there and we're kicking at each other. No, it's you coming after me, trying to rip my effing head off. Now we're rolling around on the ground, and I gotta fucking keep you fucking from killing me. Fuck you, man.
Yeah,
I definitely trained to go all 5-minute rounds. So.
And you probably training for championship shit
okay,
too, right?
Absolutely.
So you're training. I know you said 4 days a week, but are you also doing like cardiovascular or anything else any other time?
So, well, obviously I'm doing the Air Force PT, which I know a lot of people like.
Oh
laugh at
yeah,
it,
wait. Let's take that into account. So you're doing your Air Force stuff, and then when you're done with that,
no. But you gotta what he was just about to say.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people in Air Force, and people give them shit because
absolutely.
Oh, Air Force PT, I could do that laying down on my back drinking a martini.
I cut off your pussification too soon.
So it all started basically from what I've gathered was in the mid '90s. Whenever PT was like, what PT? We drink beer and play kickball. That's what we do. So
I did a push up.
So
I'll join.
They got tired of getting made fun of. So they're like, we're not just gonna make it equal. We're gonna go way over the top.
And they did.
Yeah. So like
tables have turned, Army.
Motherfuckers
in your butt.
So I showed up right at the end of the other one. So when I got to my first place, they're like, "You mean drink beer and play kickball?" I was like, "This is amazing. This is the military. I love this." But that did not last.
Hold on.
Did not last very long.
How manly does it say to drink beer and play kickball?
It's pretty manly.
No,
it's definitely fun.
It's fucking fun as
hey,
fuck.
When you were deployed, did you play video games?
How about kickball with a dodgeball element?
Until I discovered jiu-jitsu.
That would be fun.
Now all my time is jiu-jitsu.
See, and that's where I fail at everything because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this and be good at it, and then the Xbox turns on.
I love video games. I just don't ever have enough time.
Exactly.
If I could just find a way to have enough money,
I sacrificed
to where I
my
don't have to have
child.
a job,
I sacrificed my children and my marriage life just for video games.
I probably
it's over.
would too.
It's done.
So what are you ranked? And belt wise. So you're in jiu-jitsu. Are you belt ranked or anything, or is it one of those schools that more progressive?
So I trained. I trained till 2012, and I was still a white belt. But that's with the constant deployments. They don't bring it up every day. Like, hard. Hey, let me give you a belt. Let me give you a belt. You have to earn it. So when you deploy, they're like, oh, well, let's see where you are when you come back. So I've gotten my purple belt recently.
Nice.
My instructor in Germany contacted me, and he's like, listen, I wanted to give you your purple belt when you left, but I can't give you back-to-back belts, right?
Why not?
Because he's officially registered through IBJJF, which is the International Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Federation. So if anybody looks me up, I have he's really this said belt. So he's like, so I can't just go bam, bam, give you both. He goes, but I'm going to go ahead and give you an actual purple belt because it's not going to be long because you're going to go there, you're going to find a new school, and they're going to train you, and they're going to be like, I feel that you are higher. Or at least that's what he told me. So, that was pretty nice. So I got here, and it didn't quite work out to plan. So he contacted me. He goes, hey, I saw a photo. You're still in your blue belt. I was like, yeah, I am. I'm coaching, so I'm not under anybody, so I haven't had an opportunity. And he goes
to test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he goes,
and but that was the whole deal.
Yeah. So he goes, well, I follow you. I've seen that you've won the no-gi competition twice, and I've seen your fights. You're clearly above a blue belt. So I am, registering you as a purple belt, and then I'm going to come visit you and then make sure. He's like, I thought you were purple belt when you left.
So when he shows up, then he can do it personally himself.
Actually.
Mm-hmm. So I'm trying.
It doesn't matter where he's at or witnesses or I see. That's the one thing that confuses me about the whole thing.
Well, it really depends because if I was just some guy that says, hey, here's some money.
Well, sure.
That clearly wouldn't work out.
So he could technically take all of this training, go somewhere else, go to a different school, and say, "Hey, I'm prepared to test." If they have a test available, and he'll test, and they're going to give him instructions, and if he can follow those instructions,
he's good.
Yeah.
Then
each school does it different though.
Okay.
So
and Taekwondo's the same.
Some
if you I
some of them promote like, oh, you compete and you win all the time. you were boom gaining rank. Some are like, I don't care what
No,
you do.
but do you
That's
have to?
the wrong way to
do
do
you
it. I
have
think.
to?
It
That's
just
the wrong
depends
way.
because it also depends on what you're winning. Are you
Does
just
there-
winning some local tournament, or are you winning like internationals? Because if you're winning thing where you're literally competing against the entire world, because the tournament is so big, all the who's who of goes there. Like BJ Penn, whenever he won the black belt competition at 3 years, so they're like, yeah, you just beat everybody.
You're done.
Like
You're the master.
clear black belt.
I gotta say though, even though you can do these things in tournament, most arts have techniques and certain things that you need to know in order to teach later. That's the whole point. You learn all this stuff not to make you a badass, but to you can make other people badasses.
What's your? What are you at again?
So I'm at a purple belt right now,
which is pretty.
So
that's
you got
right?
white, blue, purple, brown, black, and then
their belt system is totally different.
Yeah, you have 5. Children have additional belts because you need to keep them interested. You can't just have them stay stale for a
6
year or two, right?
Yep.
So they do they do like double belts, right? Or they do double?
They've added a couple extra colors for children.
Yeah, because my daughter did for a little bit, and she had like a couple extra little stripes on her thing.
I was gonna say
each
they
belt
do
gets
belts
up
with
to
stripes.
4 stripes,
Yeah.
except for black. That gains more.
Right. Well, you
But
can't
I'm
be
not
a
a black
true black belt until you even have a degree, right? You have to be degreed.
So my first
That's
instructor
what blows
told me,
my mind.
He's like, when you're a black belt, you are a master
You've been doing
of
that all
all
day.
basic skills. So
Sorry, say that again because I was.
it's all good.
I was distracted.
So my first instructor, Danny, he told me, he goes, when you become a black belt, you are a true master of all basic skills. So
and it's everything from life is what it is. Education,
so, regardless
physical.
of how MMA goes, which I love, obviously, which I've
You've been doing.
You
it on different
obviously have
continents, bro.
mastered light heavyweight. It was amazing.
So
Can we
but
show
regardless
the
of
belt
how
again?
that
Can I do it
goes,
again? Can I do it?
Do it
yeah.
again.
Do you care if I grab it again?
No, it's okay. So
Gotta get permission or it'll knock me the fuck out.
I hope he does because it'll be his first knockout on our show. Knock him out.
No, I will not volunteer for the knockout.
Oh, we got somebody that Matt just volunteered.
No, we do not promote violence here at BreakFace with tittie.n.poypoy. We just love violence.
So he told me, once you become a black belt, you're a master of all basic skills. So
That's awesome.
He's like, unlike others, maybe other martial arts, not necessarily Taekwondo, like maybe some karate schools. Not say anything bad about karate, but there have been some schools, and not just those other ones that are just like, hey, you show up.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not even kidding you.
You pay me money, you'll get this belt.
McDojos. That's what they're called.
Yeah,
they
I've
will
seen
literally
that
belt you up just because you paid them.
Yeah, I went to a school when I went home because I wanted just to go there. I really wanted to just be like, I want to put my craft against your craft to see which martial art works out, right? Kind of old school. But I'm not going to just come out and say that because I don't want to be a dick. But I went there, and he just went straight into his spiel, which, okay, I get it. It's a business. But he's like, you will be a black belt within 2 years. I go, what happens if I suck? And he goes, not possible. I go, no, it's definitely possible.
I think I'm in the wrong class.
I was like, there's some people that can't do head kicks. And he's like, nope. You will be a black belt in 2 years as long as you keep coming in and you are.
Oh yeah, because you're paying.
So I was like, so if I keep coming, that means I'm paying. If I'm paying, that means I was like, it'd be a lot easier to just go on Amazon and get one for $10.
So what he's saying is it's true, and I know for the school I'm in.
See,
they said I could possibly be a black belt within 2.5 to 3 years.
And
that's pushing yourself to the limit.
Outside of that,
some of it's obsessed.
But they're not going to give it to you.
Outside of martial arts,
you pay. They'll go. Oh, well,
I did.
Here's your money back.
I was in engineering.
Later.
I'm in engineering right now, and
you're an engineer.
I'm not an engineer. I'm a designer. Totally different. I pretty much do all the engineering.
Can you engineer me a pussy that I can carry around in my pocket?
Nope.
I need a.
No, he says.
I need a beer
cuts his
opener.
hand
You got a
open.
beer opener? Oh, there we go. Yep, those are mine. Go ahead. So
through the cage.
Like
the cage.
a year into being a drafter, which is lowest of the low in the engineering world, you throw me off when I can't do visuals. Anyways, they were like, hey, we want you to test to be a designer, and I passed this test. Well, the test was not a real test. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It was like there's no way that I could have been a designer at this point. But I was so excited and didn't care. I just wanted the title. Well, a couple of friends of mine who are designers pulled me to the side and said, you need to throw this test away. And I was like, what are you talking about? I'm going to be a designer. I'm going to be making like $80 an hour. This is great. And they said, no. They said, the problem is what happens when you get fired? what are you going to do? I said, well, I'll just go to the next job. I said, or whatever. We lose contracts or whatever. I'll go to the next job. I said, okay, what are you going to do in the interview? I said, well, I'm going to tell them I'm a designer. And they said, and then how are you going to show me you're a designer? And I was like, oh yeah. I mean, it was young and dumb. You know what I'm saying? But definitely. It's the same way. You know,
is it safe to say you were full of cum?
Yes, it is safe to say.
Okay, so that moniker stays. Okay,
yes.
Dumb full of cum. Got it.
Alaska's been good to me.
I gotta do me. You know, I gotta do me. Come on.
I gotta do you too. It's been.
This
a while.
has been the cleanest show that BreakFace has ever had.
Well, the reason why is because we have someone who's respectful and kick both our asses.
Yeah, well, kick my ass while I'm yelling expletives at you.
Where are you born and raised?
So I was born and raised in Columbia, Missouri.
Okay, well that explains a lot.
Wait, did you say that right? Is it Missouri?
Missouri. That's how he says it.
It's like
Missouri.
Kansas or Illinois. You know,
Missouri.
Missouri.
Say it. Missouri.
It's supposed to be said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people are from different parts and they have accents and it comes off funny.
How long have you been up here?
I've been up here since 2012.
2012. Okay.
Yep.
Oh my God, you are almost officially an Alaskan.
Yeah.
Up top, bro.
2012. Oh, dividend. You're not getting one.
I'm not even thinking dividend.
You're not getting one.
It's like you need to be here for 5 years.
No, he's not getting one. I'm not getting one. You're not getting one. The rest of Alaska's not getting one. See where I'm going with that? Thanks, Governor Walker.
Governor Walker can suck on my nutsack.
Governor Walker, you are a dick.
So like my first base was Eglin, Florida. Loved it. Awesome. That's where I trained underneath Danny.
Love you, producer.
Coast. And then from there I went to Germany. And I was saying earlier before I got sidetracked because I always do.
This is our show.
Yeah, it's all good.
We should be sidetracked with tittie.n.poypoy.
Yeah, so I was in Western Germany, right? It's all farmed. Like everything's farms, except for like maybe Trier, like I said, was an old city. So the next big city was Frankfurt. Two to 2.5 hours away, right? It's a little ways. So you can imagine the amount of lack of schools in farm country.
Oh yeah, I bet.
So pretty much just picture like being in Nebraska.
So you were pretty much like Rocky, but you were phantom hitting corn stalks instead of beef.
A little bit, but I got lucky.
Would you?
20 minutes down the road was one of the one of the first black belts of jiu-jitsu in Germany, at a random small town in Peru.
Wow!
So that's who I'm belted underneath was.
Go ahead,
Jorg Lothman.
I cannot not say this because you said Rocky. What's your wife's name? Just her first name.
Christy.
Oh, it should have been.
Yo, Christy. I mean,
yo, Christy.
Punching stocks of corn. Yo, Christy.
Yo. Hey, so tell me this.
Yeah.
This is very personal. Did you guys have some healing sex that night?
She treats me pretty good.
Okay, good. Because you need it.
Sometimes I'm too sore, and she's just like, just let me just rub your legs or feet or whatever's hurt that night.
Just fucking lay there and shut up.
How were you that night? How was your recovery time? We are really out of time, but we're gonna extend just a little bit.
Okay,
because we have just a little bit.
It was great. It like I said, I only had one hit pretty much. Stefan may have gotten more hits in. But I only had one that left a mark, at least that I realized.
On you?
Yeah.
And let's see it. Where's it at? It's been 2 weeks. It's gone. It's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone.
I was going to say, I don't even see
funny story. Chris, my wife, she was like,
birthmark
you should use essential oils. I'm like, okay.
Ooh,
it works.
Right. Did it? Yeah, they do.
After
it's
the
fucking
worst fight I ever
witchcraft.
had was Mike Fannin went full 15 minutes. We punched each other so much. Well, I had some bruises and some swelling, right? Put the lavender oil on, and next day, gone. No swelling.
My dad uses that stuff. It works. It works.
All right, I'm going to ask I noticed that your nose has the typical, like, the fighter slope.
Yeah, you look like you've been hit a couple times.
When was the first time it was broke?
That was my mom.
And when did you get your cartilage removed?
It never officially broke, but the cartilage was damaged, and that was when I fought Mike. He did a good job. He kept me apart, really kept his distance, and he landed good, accurate shots.
No shit.
So
don't talk about.
So he didn't break the bone, but he hit the cartilage a few times.
Okay.
And then right afterwards, I was like, oh, it's swollen. I'm having trouble breathing. Let me put a breathe strip on it. Well, that just pushed it down flat.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I got a question. So if I looked at a picture of you, like a profile picture of you from 10 years ago, would it match the profile picture that I'm seeing of you right now?
I would be fatter.
No. He's talking about your face.
Your nose. Not weight, bro. Not weight.
Yeah, it'd be pretty close.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just enough to notice, like, oh, your nose is a little bit wider.
Well, that's
about it.
Okay, so it's not a fighter's nose. Maybe I've been
no, because you look
misinterpreted
when
it.
because you look
Your
like
profile,
someone who's been in a lot of fights. It's not It's like you said.
What are you trying to say?
I'm not saying you look ugly
You
as
saying
shit.
he's got a fat fucking head
Listen
with
to
his
you.
fucking
You
bruised
look so-
eyebrows and
Oh
shit,
my
you
God.
motherfucker? You want to go outside and fight him right now?
Rock. You're dying. You're dying out there, Rock. You gotta throw in that towel.
Beat this 5-pound thing a hamburger.
He looked like someone.
Yeah,
No,
I
no,
haven't.
no.
I
So
haven't
far,
had a
we've
lot of-
insulted
that-
his weight and his face.
No, that was a serious question though, because I mean, when
But
you're
yeah.
fighting,
No, it is,
What's
for
taking
sure.
most of the,
right here, right?
because
Yeah,
all
look-
this it gets hurt and it usually comes back and it's not a big deal.
yeah,
It's
because
just
if you
for me,
started
like,
off with a
nose.
Jew nose like this, and then ended up with like
For
that,
me, luckily, most of the time, even when I don't get out of the way, like maybe I'm not
You
fast enough to have
know
full
more
head
than
movement,
anyone.
I'm usually at least fast enough to be like, ah.
Yeah,
So
tuck it.
I'll get hit up here where it's not so damaging.
so your defense game's good. I mean,
It's all right. It can always get better.
It could-
Right now, I've been known for being able to take a good shot. I would
Yeah, you
love
don't
to be
wanna
known
get known
not
for-
being able to take a shot.
Right.
or
Yeah,
for
you don't
not
wanna
being
be
able
known
to
for-
hit it all
he can
and
take
have it in my
punishment.
back pocket that I can
yeah,
actually take a good
for
shot.
sure. Hey, so what's your next in AFC? We are going to shut this down.
Okay.
Really soon. So real quick, what is your next AFC goal? Are you wanting to shift a weight and get another belt?
A goal,
Yes.
and when are you going to defend your title? And is it going to be an immediate rematch with?
Holy
Waalkes?
crap! And what's your mother's maiden name? Holy shit, bro!
So
dude, this is fighting, man. You know this is my
Yeah,
thing.
I know.
I've had questions for him for
so
a
as
week.
far as
2 weeks.
So as far as Stefan goes, he was a great champion, and I would absolutely give him a chance because he gave me a chance.
Wow.
So
Good for you.
absolutely.
See, and that's what I love, the sportsmanship. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
As far as goals, I would love to be able to fight the winner of the 185-pound title that's getting ready to fight on the next one that's coming up next
Wait,
month.
Dude, can I
185.
ask this?
Is
Okay.
that?
That's Graf versus
Middleweight.
Thomas Ide, Potbelly.
I was about to say Potbelly Assassin.
Oh, I
Yep.
know him.
He's got a new
personally.
shirt out. Have you seen it,
I haven't seen the shirt yet,
dude?
Dude, didn't he give away a fucking vehicle with his name on the side?
Potbelly Assassin.
Well,
did?
Chris Cuff was on the side of a vehicle.
You know what's funny?
There was a,
There was a Jeep that had his picture. And he
So
Yeah, he-
flexed pretty hard.
So wait, so he's
Cool photo.
so Ide's not champion, right? It's the other guy.
Not yet.
dude,
So I'm
Potbelly,
telling you, when
I've known that
Potbelly,
dude my whole life.
you know
man.
what's funny is that I haven't known him, but I've seen him in the bars forever.
Friends with his sister.
I
I
know.
grew up with his
Everybody's like,
sister.
"Oh yeah, we're
Everybody,
friends."
like Sarah tells me, everybody knows Potbelly.
Because he's
It's
a cool guy.
ridiculous.
When I went up to him, I was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, I saw your last fight, and my wife knows you." And he's like, "Oh, hey, I don't know you, but he's a really cool dude." But he got his start because when he started, like, wasn't he like drinking a bunch and like could just fight like a mother, right? That's what it was.
I'm not sure. That's
Wasn't
how
it?
no,
And then he was
I-
like, "Shoot, I should bring this to the cage." That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true. We gotta have him on.
Yeah.
After
Like,
after you guys
I
fight,
will make that happen.
I would love to.
Wait,
Potbelly,
so-
if you're watching this,
so
man, let's make it happen.
you have to
you
get,
know me. Let's
you
do
have
it.
to get under 185.
I would have to get under 185.
185?
Which
So
is
the
not,
question is, if
you may have
shoot.
seen me, I'm a little bit chubby.
No,
so it's not
but
too
listen,
hard. I can
but
get down
what
to
I'm
185.
that's a
saying-
mad weight cut, bro.
What I'm saying
That's
is
a
that
mad weight cut.
I'm-
That's 20 pounds.
There's
20
no
pounds
way.
now. If I do that, I would just diet and go everything proper, just like I did before, where I walk around 205.
Brown
So
rice
then-
chicken and beating bitches
See,
up.
but this is the thing. This is the thing I'm scared about, and I'm going a lot extra long.
That's okay.
It'd
No,
be just like-
continue,
it would-
please.
it-
I don't have a life.
Okay, it would be
Just joking.
it would be just like your fight with Watkins, only it'd be backwards. You'd be all shredded up, ready. I mean, looking like you're. But wouldn't you be? Are you afraid of being depleted, not being able to have the energy? Because that's what comes with that.
If
And
he
then-
has enough
and then
notice, if
I-
he has enough notice,
doesn't
then
have
he
to cut
doesn't have to
anything.
be like that.
Yeah,
He's a smaller dude, but I mean,
It definitely does.
height wise. But
On the flip side, if he's trying to cut weight to fight someone at a lesser weight, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, man, we need you to step up and defend your title," and he's like, "But I only weigh 189." Now he's got to go the other way.
So yeah. So
Are you
with
trying to unify titles? That was my question.
would love to be able to have
McGregor is
2
trying to do
titles.
that shit. Oh hell yeah, up top,
I would love to.
doubles
So-
up top.
Absolutely. So yeah, I would love.
Although
to be
my
able
boy,
to do that.
although my boy Potbelly is at that other weight level, that would be pretty fucking badass.
I'll tell you-
I really enjoy Potbelly. I think he's a great guy. He talks to me after every fight. I like him. But just because
that's
I
just-
like
he's an
you, or
amazing
just
person.
because we're friends, I can fight my best friend. It doesn't mean anything,
Right.
As far as the fight goes.
Oh my
know, it-
god,
like-
tittie.n.poypoy in the octagon.
Let's
like,
wrestle.
For example, like when
Oh,
you
wait.
spar each other, right?
better be some
If
Vaseline.
you sparred each other, does it mean anything? No, you just spar each other. It's the same thing to me. So
Yeah.
You did
no,
not just tit fuck yourself with a microphone.
I wouldn't call it that because that's very inappropriate, and I don't use bad language. But
I do, and
so, well,
you did. You tit
that's
fucked
good.
yourself with a microphone. Tit fucked yourself with a microphone.
So what we want you to do now is, oh my gosh, get out of here, you pervert. What I want you to do is I want you to plug everywhere that we can find you. Everywhere that you're available on social media, I want you to plug it.
all right,
This is about you.
So,
Go.
I'm on Facebook on Jeff the Sandman. You can see my fighter page. I'm also on Instagram, Jeff the Sandman. Right now, that's all I am, or the only ones I have, because I'm older and I haven't figured out Snapchat and everything else yet.
No one knows Snapchat.
So
That's over 20.
until I start training with somebody that's younger, that's like 6 or 10, I probably won't figure the other ones out yet.
So Facebook is your go-to.
Yeah, for now.
Okay, and that's totally cool. And they can also contact AFC.
Absolutely.
Correct, and Sarah, and what is there if you go ahead and tell them where that on Facebook? What is it? Is it AFC?
Yeah.
Alaska Fighting Championship. Yeah, that's it.
Alaska Fighting Championship on Facebook for all the updates and news for Alaska Fighting for the AFC. And
Okay.
yeah.
And you said you had
I
one
think
more.
there's AFC Sarah also.
Yep.
That's right.
AFC Sarah, she's on Instagram as well.
I did have
She does
one
pretty
more
good with
question. I did have one more
Yeah,
question.
no problem.
Shoot. Today, Junior.
Sandy Pants.
Oh yeah.
How'd you get this?
Is that like a play name off of the
No,
Sandman
that's,
and Sanders and this? Your Sandy Pants.
It's his fetish. I put sand in my
it's
pants
actually
and
a
walk
dumb
around.
reason why I have it. So I was in Florida at my first base, and I was working
Military.
and everybody was. It was just one of those days where there wasn't a lot going on, but we couldn't just go home, right? So
Might as well put sand in your pants.
so as I'm digging in Florida, because you imagine Florida's covered in sand, right?
I love Florida.
My buddy Tan kept throwing sand on me, and I was like, "What are you doing, man?" I didn't realize, because I was focused on what I was doing. He was throwing it in my cargo pocket. So when I got back, and I was like, "What the heck?" I got sand everywhere. He's like, and my other buddy knew. He's like, "Yeah, you got your sandy pants. You got sand in your pants." So I just thought it was hilarious.
And that shit stuck, huh?
Yeah, and just it's one of those nicknames that's dumb, and that's it. It sticks.
Dude,
It's
awesome.
done.
We're gonna have to fucking have you on again and
Yes.
compare nicknames.
Yes.
We're just gonna have a compare
You-
nicknames show.
You
I'd have
are
blast. This is
definitely you're welcome on anytime. This was
Absolutely.
great, and I still want to hear all the stories about the chew and everything else that we were talking about before.
Oh, yeah,
that
no
we're going to
problem.
bring up. And
Yeah,
we're
I got
gonna
lots of stories.
Good, awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to finish this booze without you. We're going to be signing off. So, what is it on 3?
Yeah.
Here it is.
1, 2, 3, and then whoa.
We
We gotta let him know.
All right.
1,
'Cause we're not
2,
famous
3,
yet. And then break face.
But you lean back.
That way you're not
Alright,
screaming
okay.
to say 1,
1, 2,
2,
3. BreakFace!
He just leaned back. He was like, "F it, I don't know what are we doing."
Oh, you didn't say BreakFace?
I did. I said break face.
Oh,
He
well,
did.
do it again. Do it
I
on
just
your
didn't
own.
yell it.
Do it on your own. This
Do it
is
on
a
your own.
special
Ready?
BreakFace.
Oh, okay.
1, 2, 3.
Break face!
Yeah.
Sandy Pants Patterson.
Peace out, bitches.
Thank you. High fives.
Light heavyweight
It's
champ.
awesome. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thank
night.
you. And that's it.
Oh my god,
That was great.
badass. Oh, my face. face.